The longer Yukili spoke, I could tell his self-serving testimony was not sitting well with the panel members. They began to ask questions about his actions on March 4th. How were you notified of the ambush? Morgan asked. By phone, Yukili said, no doubt hoping his short answer would bring an end to the line of questioning. But Morgan probed deeper. Where were you when you were notified? I was in the CJ Sot F.A. Jock's break room. Morgan looked surprised. How did they know to contact you in the break room? Did Fox Company know the phone number in there? No, Yukili explained. They called me on my cell phone. Porter and Daniels were dumbfounded. Morgan continued, excruciatingly slowly. You had your cell phone in the Combined Joint Special Operation Task Force's Joint Operations Center? Yes, Yukili said, swallowing hard. As a career intelligence officer, and one appointed by Montanus as the security officer for the 2nd MSOB, he was well aware that he was admitting to a grievous breach of security. There was worse to come. Morgan wondered why Yukili was in the break room instead of the operations room while Fox Company was on patrol. What you're telling me is that you left your post? I could see Porter and Daniels begin to seethe. No, sir, I'm not saying that. Well, Morgan snorted. That's what it sounds like to me. Yukili fumbled for an excuse. I never understood the expectation of your post is right here at this desk. Daniels, his blood boiling, jumped in. How can you understand anything else when you have troops in contact? Yes, sir, once it's troops in contact. Yukili claimed the break room was close enough to his desk that if there was a problem, such as troops in contact, he would be there in an instant. But the panel members were having none of that. Being at your post is being at your post, not nearby. You have Marines, Americans in uniform, outside the wire, said a visibly upset Morgan, who had experienced an ambush and lost men. You don't know when troops in contact is going to happen. Because Yukili was not at his bathroom desk, and eventually had to be informed via his personal cell phone to check his secure email messages. There was a delay of between 20 to 40 minutes before he relayed that information to Haas. To cover his ass, Yukili quickly pulled together with Green Beret officers, those who had been causing us grief since we arrived, a PowerPoint brief titled The Failures of MSOC-F, which was sent to Haas, his staff, and across the MARSOC and SOCOM community. Among the list of our failures, Yukili charged that we did not use our satellite radios to report being in contact, and that Haas had to find out from the media about what had happened. But Johansson, who maintained his office inside our operations center in Jalalabad, told NCIS that he heard voice radio reports and saw data message transmissions from the convoy within 2 minutes after the attack. Even Yukili was forced to admit on the stand that he heard a TIC announced in the operations center before he departed for the break room. He just did not think it had anything to do with us. Yukili had depicted Fox Company as unresponsive about reporting, and me as disobedient for going on a patrol without Nicholson's blessing. That was why Nicholson was angry when he heard about the ambush, understandably if that had been the situation. But the truth was that we promptly reported troops in contact, and the patrol was approved by the CJ Sot F.A. staff in Bagram. Yukili's duplicity touched a nerve with the panel members, and they reacted with a vengeance. Daniels pointed to a peculiarity about the fitness report, required for Yukili's promotion to lieutenant colonel, that had been filed by his commanders. You stated that they told you to ghostwrite your fitness report? He asked. Yes, sir. What kind of a fitness report do you have as a Marine LNO to CJ Sot F.A.? Daniels inquired, seemingly innocently. Yukili was matter of fact. It was a very positive fitness report, sir. So what is inconsistent? Asked Daniels, suddenly sharp. The fitness report or your actual performance? Yukili thought for a second, then sighed. From March 4th, he said, the fitness report would be inconsistent. At least he manned up to his own incompetence, but Daniels was not finished with him. So I want to make sure I understand this. You have testified here that you have a fitness report that went before the board for lieutenant colonel that is not accurate? Is that true? I don't know if I would characterize it that way, sir, Yukili said with a hem and a haw. Well, Daniels offered. You tell me how you would characterize it. I didn't sign the fitness report, sir. I guess he thought writing a report but having a superior sign it would let him off the hook. Daniels was incredulous. Nobody signs their own fitness report, do they? Yukili sighed again. No, sir. Porter looked at Daniels and, out of the side of his mouth, said, when they write it, they do. I smiled, just a little. They also found that Yukili had written his own citation for a combat award for the 3 months he was on the headquarters staff in Afghanistan. What type of an award was it? Morgan asked. A Bronze Star, Yukili replied. Morgan threw up his hands. You wrote yourself up for your own Bronze Star? Yes, Yukili confessed. He looked shaken, perhaps finally realizing that his testimony was not going very well. A disgusted Morgan had heard enough. Do you know what a 10-day letter is? He asked sternly. The beleaguered Yukili responded, no. A 10-day letter would be sent to a Marine whose promotion was withheld because of concerns about his fitness expressed by a senior officer. The Marine had 10 days to respond as to why he or she should be promoted despite those concerns. Being asked about a 10-day letter was not a good sign for Yukili. When he walked out of the courtroom, Yukili was in shambles. Not only told me that never in 40 years of practicing law had he ever seen a man torn down on the stand as much as Yukili that day. The trial was barreling to a conclusion, and I worried all of our efforts might not be enough.
Themselves under the rules of engagement. That is correct, is it not? Your key word in that statement was the truth, replied Pihana. Whether or not the Marines believed or saw anything, that I could not determine, but again, there was no evidence to support that. Colonel Pihana, assuming that they are correct, Nunley asked with steel in his voice. They have every right to fire on that vehicle, do they not? Pihana bobbed and weaved. The rules of engagement state that in self-defense, if you are fired upon, then you can return fire, yes, to protect yourself. Nunley would not accept his generality. Please, sir, he insisted, is the answer to my question yes, they do have the right to fire on that vehicle if their statements are true? Pihana refused to give in. If their statements are true, he said, enjoying the sparring. The statements the Marines told me, I believe, they think is the truth in their minds, but not mine. Pihana appeared pleased that he had dodged Nunley's right uppercut. The slick Texas lawyer turned away as if defeated. Then, as if another question had just occurred to him, he slowly swung back to face Pihana. You believe that the Marines perceived they were taking fire or perceived they heard fire? I believe that the Marines perceived they were taking fire, he said matter-of-factly. According to Pihana, the gunners shot because they thought they were being fired on when, in actuality, there was no threat, including from the men in the Prado. Nunley feinted with his left. Based on the perception that a Marine believes he's being fired at, in your understanding, can he return fire? Yes, Pihana casually answered. And Nunley hit him square on the jaw. And if it was only a perception, he asked, then there wouldn't be any physical evidence. The courtroom fell silent. Not a paper rustled. The prosecutors froze in place. The panel, Porter, Daniels, and Morgan, turned toward Pihana. After contemplating the pivotal question for an 8 count, he curtly responded, That's correct. Pihana's entire argument suddenly went up in smoke. Whether we took fire and there were bullet impacts to prove it, or the gunners thought we took fire, but the lack of bullet impacts proved that we had not. My Marines had every right to shoot back. There was no knockout. Regardless of the ROE and the lack of a definitive casualty count, Pihana said, the end result still stood. We had fired indiscriminately at civilians and killed and injured unarmed men, women, and children. As the Afghan Commission put it, we had committed a serious violation of international humanitarian law standards. That was the bottom line.